Learn tech and be dope at it.
People, so just got done taking my Microsoft exam and I passed. Not with a high score, but I passed. Anyways, I'm just making this video to let you know what you need to do to be prepared. But I'll wait till I get home. And here's my paper saying that I passed. So yeah, let me pause this here. When I get home, I'll show you guys, or I'll share with you my tips for passing this exam. Hey, welcome to Undiluted Tech. I know on the video myself when I said I'll show you how to pass the exam, or rather tips. So let's get started. Tip number one, you need to be prepared. If you've never done this before, I would say anywhere between 6 to 9 months, that's the time that's needed for you to study for this exam. Like seriously study. I'm talking about labbing and studying and watching videos. I didn't watch a whole ton of videos because I didn't have the money to buy the video, so I just went on YouTube and I'll look up something and I'll see how it's done and I'll go try it. But anyways, first thing first, you want to go to Microsoft.com and go to the evaluation center and download either an ISO or a virtual lab, whichever you prefer, whichever you think is fine for you. That'll be great. You get the ISO for if you don't have, because Microsoft is not like, the license is expensive, so they give you evaluations which are valid for 190 days or maybe 180 days. I'm not quite sure. 180, I think. Yeah. All right. Anyways, after you download the ISO, the next thing you want to do is have a plan. This is my plan. I'm giving you exactly my plan. This is what I had in my lab. I went out there to a recycling center, electronic recycling center, and I bought two machines. They were i5s, so wasn't a big deal, and I got them for $40 each, and they had 8 gigs, which I had to buy more RAM, so I put 16 on both of them. And obviously this is my PC that I'm using right now to record. That's why I called it my management PC. Now you want to install Hyper-V on both of these, and so that you can run those virtual machines. You can put Windows 10 for them to run if you like, or you can put Hyper-V, the hypervisor itself. And also on your management PC, you need Hyper-V role installed. So on the server on the left, I didn't name it because you can name them whatever you want. I had the Hyper-V server role, failover cluster role, and I also enabled nested virtualization. I'll put a link in the description for the command to do that. Also, if you're using any other form other than Hyper-V, like let's say VMware, I have a video on how to manage to install VMware inside of Hyper-V. Installing Hyper-V instead of VMware. It's really tricky, but just go on. I'll put that link also on there so you can go see how I did it. Okay, if you want to go that route, if you don't want to buy the machines and you have VMware laying around, if you follow that video, you'll know how to install Hyper-V, because Hyper-V won't install on a Windows virtual machine that is running under VMware. Anyways, I also had a NLB, network load balancing role, installed on this one. And this one, I didn't have it a lot of, other than Hyper-V, I didn't have another role installed. I just use it for storage and to study monitoring and whatnot. Anyways, once you get your lab set up, there's a lot of videos out there to show you how to install software, so I'm not going to do that. You need to go to the Microsoft where they explain what the exams are. And what I did, I think I'll put these not skills, oh gosh, I'll put these links down on the description so you don't have to worry. So just Google Microsoft MCSA and 2016, and this is what you get if you go to this page, of which I'll put the link down there. As you can see here, MCSA Server 2016 certification. Scroll down and go to steps 2 exams. You can read all this through right here, doesn't matter. And go to view exam details. And guys, this is really key. This is also where you schedule your exam. You must have a Microsoft account or Outlook account. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Before you even get to the objectives, I always check exam change document. As you can see, it changed on March 16th. I did mine on April 1st. So they didn't really change anything but increase the implement storage from 10% to 15%, from 15 to 20. That's all they did. So that means they added new questions to the exams and more questions on this particular topic. But after you see the exchange exam, I mean the document, this is a PDF. If you click on it, it'll just download to a PDF and show you what changes are there. If you can see, in the last 2 years, after all the other changes from the last changes, this is what they did. They just added that. And you can go through this. You can actually download this and print it. I actually had 2 copies. I took one to work and one I was at home. And what I would do if I learned something, I'll put little notes on it. Okay? And let's go back to this. So the way it took me 6 months to study for this exam, maybe a little 7 months maybe. What I did was I came here and I looked at the objectives, and I would take an objective and I'll go before I even get there was another book that I bought, The Cybrary by William Panek. Trust me, you're gonna want to buy this book. I know, buy all 3 actually, because you're gonna go take all the exams. But this is a really good book because, just I can't tell you why. I mean, as far as the exam goes, it's a really good book. Because trust me, just I signed a disclosure. I can't say a lot of the Microsoft exam. So, but buy this book. You'll thank me later. And also buy this one. This is more like a guide. It kind of guides you. So it's a good book, but you can't pass the exam with just this book. You're going to need this book, which is a Microsoft Press, and you're going to need this book right here. And then you're going to need this video right here, Exam Prep by the server guy. I forgot his name. But just go watch this video. I'm going to put the link, the description, the link. Anyway, let's go back to this. So what I did, I would get a particular topic and I'll study for it. Like I'll make sure I know the PowerShell commands and how to do it on the GUI, because most of these exam questions, they're PowerShell based. I don't recall seeing anything in the command line. It was all PowerShell and a few questions that had GUI. Okay, just make sure you know like the little things like this. You'll be surprised. You overlook something like this. Oh yeah, it's not gonna show up, but you need to show PowerShell desired state configuration. You know how to write these, like simple things like this. Well, not simple, but things that you tend to overlook. You need just go, like, let's say week 1, just study this objective. Don't even go here. Just get your books, study all this in 1 week. I know it might be short, but study it to the T. Like, make sure you understand everything right here. I did the exam. I thought I was going to kill it. But when I started the exam, I was like, I don't know jack. That exam was like so hard. I couldn't believe it. But anyways, I'm just giving you my personal experience. You might be really smart than me. So if things come to you easily and you understand things, oh, great for you. Just share your knowledge with the people. But for the rest of us, people like me who have to really study and do things, you have to take your time. No one is rushing you. The certificate is going to be yours. I'll say in just 1 week, just read all this. Week 2, go to this one, go to that one, go to that one, there are 6 domains, as you can see, okay? Then when you're done, mind you, when you're reading the first time, you don't even to do any labbing. Just read, get yourself, to know the exam or the layout of the book or, the materials. Then the second time you're reading, make sure when you read, you do the labs. You lab. Then that time you read, lab, and then instead of doing the GUI version, use PowerShell. Anything that you can do with PowerShell, do it. Make sure you understand what the commands do. And trust me, it's going to be good for you. Again, I'm going to emphasize you got to get this book, and you need this book as a guide, okay? And again, if you can't afford this kind of setup, you can use just Hyper-V. On your Windows 10 machine, Hyper-V, you can install Hyper-V. If you're using VMware, I'll put a link on the video where you can add Hyper-V on a machine running on VMware. Also, I need you to go watch this video. It's an hour 16 minutes. I know it's a lot, but I took a lot of points on here that helped me study for my exam. So make sure you get that, okay? And then there's TechNet. You can go out. They don't use this anymore, but TechNet is a really good place to go. I look for errors on here sometimes, but like here you can find information how to get to the evaluation center. All this you can just search here. TechNet is what they used before, but nowadays Microsoft switched to what is it? docs.microsoft.com. Okay, what you need to do when you go to this site after you've studied, now this is assuming this is week 6, or I don't know how fast to study. There's 2 links I need you to check. I need you to check one from PowerShell. Open that in another tab and open one for Windows. Okay, let's go to the one for PowerShell. Okay, PowerShell, it got you how to install PowerShell. There's a reference right here, show you how PowerShell works and all that. Make sure you get acquainted with PowerShell. Now for the one for Windows, there's a lot. You don't want the developer, you don't want the hardware developer, you want the IT pro. When you go to the IT pro, you can either go to Windows Server and with 2019 or 2016, or you can just this is the only one that you need to go to. You go to that one, and then you can come over here, and these are most of the domains you need. Failover clustering, okay? Like you can click on that one and read about this stuff. Okay, Microsoft have been known, or from what I know, I've seen them asking questions coming from straight from their website. So you need to go through all these and find out as much as you can, because trust me, you're gonna see some things here that they are gonna be in the exam. Like right now when I'm studying for the 741, I'm using the networking. And when you're doing the 740, you're gonna need storage, virtualization. Obviously you're gonna need failover clustering. So on virtualization, they will show you how to create a switch on a virtual machine. Okay, they have step by step. They're really good info, and you can also download this documentation from here. Just click download, and you can save it from here. If you click this download right here, and it kind of breaks down for you. And this is really important, guys. I'm not kidding you. Just trust me. When you go take that exam, you realize why I'm emphasizing all these resources right here. You have to read multiple times and lab. I know you're gonna get to a point where you're like, oh, I don't want to study anymore. It's fine. Take a break. Take a day. Just don't do anything. Have fun. Relax. But get back right to it, man. You paid $165, and plus, after you get this exam, you're gonna get a good job, right? Okay, guys. So what else did I want to show you guys? There is this Microsoft hands-on lab. Okay, they've removed most of the. When I was studying, there was a whole bunch, a lot of Hyper-V, but they've removed most of them. So when you get to this website, Microsoft.com/hands-on lab/self-paced labs, just type Hyper, and this 120-minute lab right here, you'll learn a lot. It show you how to use PowerShell Direct, hot swapping on networking. There is a ton of free materials that you can use to study for the exam just from Microsoft. But that's not enough. You need a book, a guide to explain to you how to get how to get this exam done. Anyways, guys, I hope this video will be helpful to some of you, and to those who didn't find it helpful, well, I appreciate, just leave a comment down there and let other people know what you think is helpful. Thank you for being my viewer, I guess. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video after I do the next exam. Well, see you later, suckers. God bless.